Hello again. Hey, I saw your message, so I thought I'd follow up with maybe a mini-map one. Um, I just picked any game. I know this one pretty well, and it just happens that at the minute I can flick to me, but not you. So maybe the stuff that I'm doing that I can just talk through here. So this is right at the start of the map.
HVA, you are green to engage.
The weird thing about it, like I've talked about the lanes before, on this map, plane is middle thing, so you can see here that there's a skull now. It can't be there, so it's got to be underneath me.
We're in the lead.
But you can see I'm not rushing off. I just holding back, see what's going on. There's loads of blue arrows around me. Easy kill. So I'm also listening to them footsteps. So one thing to notice is, so I've seen that guy at the top of the stairs there. There's a skull. So I got my pre-aim up, so it takes that split second less to aim. And if you watch me wobble, so if you wobble, you get in-game aim assist. So I haven't done a lot here yet, but I've got a couple of kills, and I'm just playing my life. I'm not going looking for the fight, so I know there's one in B&Q now, and I know that spawn is now flipped. So. So, finally got flushed out. So I'm looking here now. I can see the pinks are at the top left. And I just hold up now to see what's going on. So I can see now that there's 2 arrows joining me behind. Yeah. So I know where 2 are. So I could get my pre-aim up. There's another guy just around here, so again I can see now there's pinks on the left, blues are pushing to the right. I was just getting my pre-aim on before I walk around that corner. So I'm just going to sit here because chances are they still have this spawn, so they're going to run across in front of me. That's why I'm sitting here. So I tried to wait for him to waste bullets there, and I'm going to see if I can get around the
Hostile
side.
spy plane established overhead.
So I knew he was coming because my headphones were going mental with the footsteps. So again, I just know there's a spawn there. I can see all the blue arrows now to the right of me. So sneaky plane shot. There's one under plane, but it's too far away, so I'm not going to take that on. So it's difficult to know now where spawns are. So I'm going to continue to push because all the blue arrows are in the Okay, so I know there's someone in concrete. Again, I'm not looking for kills. I'm just trying to stay in a place where I know that they might come from. They can only come from 2 ways if I'm at the side of the map. But if I go mid-map, I'm all over.
Artillery awaiting target coordinates.
So I've just seen someone around here. So I didn't rush about that. So I need to get out there because I'm in mid-map now, so I need to find some. That was pretty
Enemy
lucky.
spy plane inbound.
He's just outside the door. Someone's taking care of him. So I'm going over here to get cover because I have some streaks to use. That's weird that you can't see what I'm doing there. So at this point, I can remember saying, hold one side of the map. The reason I say that is because if they flip, they'll destroy my authority. They hold this side. So now I have to extra guns our side of the map. You can see I'm not charging, looking for kills. I'm just playing the corners because they're the safest places. So I just pick up someone's weapon there just purely because I ran out of ammo.
Hostile air patrol
Cannon
detected.
available.
I get the edge on them because I'm looking at my mini-map, I'm seeing where they are, and then I'm getting ready. And I know from where we are now, the majority of chance is, so that was a,
Multiple
I must have got hit
hostile
by
spy planes
the
detected.
score streak. But they're going to be coming from far side because we're all this side of the map, so I don't even need to worry about that.
Hostile spray drone inbound.
So someone just got shot, I know there's going to be someone around there, and that's why I don't go running in. Well, he's got a sniper, so I really don't want to be sticking my head out. Just wait for him to come to me. So I know there's someone there. Free aim. Could guess that he was somewhere near the crates because I could see the other people get shot. So I used Joe there as he ran across to stick my head out. But you can see, I'm not running around trying to get kills. The majority of kills I'm letting come to me. And I'm just trying to use the advantage of the maps. Like the mid-map is a hard space because there's so many different directions to cover. And I'm just trying to predict where they're coming from knowing where my team is. So I'll see if I can find you now. 1 second. There you are. Let's go back to the start. Alright. So. So right there, so if I jump back up, I'll try and show it. It jumps back really big, but come on. I can speed it up. So we're going to the plane. So first thing here is when you get into the top of the stairs, you need to have your aim up. So small things, but if there's someone waiting mid-plane here, pointing their gun at there, it'll take you that extra second to get that. So it's fine walking like this, but here, can you see now? If there was someone aiming at you, you would still need to get your weapon aimed up and on target. So you're looking down at the ground, and you don't have your aim ready. So at this point, you're highly likely going to lose a gunfight if it's here. Now, at this point, there's 2 blue arrows that look like they're on the plane, but they could be underneath. So I'd always be ready here. Okay, right here. So if now you look at that mini-map, you can see there's a big, I don't know what color yours are, so circles are enemies, triangle arrows are allies. I've got mine changed for blue for team and pink because it's really bright for enemies. Yours might not be these colors, but the rule is circles for enemy. But you can see now, just looking at that mini-map, that I know someone is set up in half plane shooting at you because they've already hit you. So you can see there's 2 on our team bottom left that it looks like they're only covering left lane and they'll probably push up. So at the minute, there's no one at all on our team covering anywhere right. So he might not even be the only one there. But if you continue here, so you've got out of the way and covered. Now everyone's pushing the same way through the map. So again, right here, I could tell you now that there's one going to flank the back of the plane, and there's another one that's in B&Q just in that window to the right. Just like, you know, when you're like, how do they know where you are? It could just be that they're reading the mini map. So there you can see that if you look at the mini map, one's in B&Q, the other one is flashing that it's likely they're going to be coming from Plain Fin. This is good though. You can just good dance. Good movement.
Hold your fucking fire!
So see one there, but you can see that mini map. They're still coming from that same corner. So at this point, you know that their spawn is going to be nearly yellow crates that side. So even from this now, you could kind of predict that the majority of gunfights, unless someone's getting around the flank like this guy has, is going to be coming from yellow crates. Good, hold your position. So one thing when you're here, and this is something that you have to learn, but right now, with the position you are in that window, is like absolutely fully exposed. It's good that you're taking up this position, but you'd be better off waving left and right and just throwing a shoulder. If there's a sniper or anyone looking to see if there's anyone in here, you're a really big target when you stand like this. But if you just moved a little bit over to the right there and just weaved left and right, even if there was a sniper, there's a good chance he'll miss you. Whereas now you're a bit of a sitting duck, because this would be one of them places people would be looking just to check if anyone's sitting in. That's nice. Much better. See, movement there is good, and you didn't get killed. But also with knowing that there was just... Can I go back at all? Slow it down, but I can't go back. So knowing that there is people just to the right there shooting, that when you came out of the plane there, you literally just walked across the wing without aiming. So if anyone was in B&Q or anything there, they probably would have killed you as well there. So again, as you came across the wing there, you didn't get killed, but you moved across in your crouch. I'll see if I can go back and speed that up. So right here, so you can see people are fighting and aiming that way. So there's no check. So you've got your crouch walk here. Just watch how slow you move. Gas mine is fine for everyone jumping up here. So when you fight it, there you go. Watch how slow you move. So it's gone all the way under, and someone's got you from behind. So every time you were crouching in that position, it's fine to take cover, but your movement, even to spin and lock onto people, is going to be really slow. Like, these are all small things. There's your gas mine working out here. So you know now, if you look, so right here, this is a great hold from us. It's really good. So we're all together. We've got right lane, center lane. You've got a guy looking over in sniper tower. You've got someone in concrete. Right here, it's like chess. Everyone is pretty much covering everyone. So if someone got killed here, someone can drop into that position, or someone's covering to get the trade. This is a very good hold in terms of where we are. Like, even the two in the middle, which the yellow arrow is you. is fine because if anybody came and contested you now, there's two guns firing, so you don't want to be too close. But at the same time, if someone drops, there's a good chance you'll get a trade, and you're in that central lane. So as well, when I've paused it here, you can see that the bottom arrow is flashing. That means that they're firing. So if you was to kind of draw a dotted line from where they're looking at, there is going to be someone at some point in that line of sight because that's where they're pointing at. So you can't see any of the enemy dots on there, but but from looking at just our team alone, you would know that there's going to be someone right side of the map there. But that's something to look at as well, because even there in that hold, every lane's covered. Like the person at top left is looking under plane. The guy just below him near concrete is covering him and left concrete. You got sniper tower who's watching over everything. Center plane, center lane, two in middle, one in right. Like if anyone pushes down. So when I'm saying like make a hold, that's why every part of this map is covered. If any one of those was to die, all they'd have to say is, I've died, someone could drop in, or you would know pretty much where they're coming from. So that's why the minimap is super important. You can't even see any enemy there. So the other thing you know from this is that they're going to spawn from the other side of the map. So you don't even have to check behind. They are going to come from in front of you because everyone's in this half of the map. They can't now spawn this side of the map. So this would be like a very, very good hold. And just by looking at that, you would know, well, all I have to do is look ahead, which means you can get yourself in a position ready for them to kind of push through. And at this stage of the map, people become headless chickens because they probably getting frustrated. They're all out of position. So if you can hold and just wait for them to come rather than go looking for the kill, there's a good chance you'll be able to pick up a streak. You're out in the middle there, so even though there's people coming, there's no need for you to push here because technically now where you are, you're in the middle of everywhere. So straight ahead where you're aiming that can come from, under the plane that can come from, top of the plane that can come from, because you know they're coming from that side. There's no need to push. You could sit back, wait for that guy to come to you then, and there's less chance you'd lose a gun. Bit like that. See, you can already see, I can't see much of the mini-map, but because that's pushed, we've clearly been pushed and lost a good few of the gunfights there, because rather than having hold of the map now, there's pinks behind us, they're already trying to push through, so we could have done better as a team defensively there. So now we've got to work to get map control back. So it's harder now to predict exactly where they might be coming from. So while it's no big problem, the last hold that we had, if there was a bit of communication and everyone just played their lanes, it's much, much easier to control a map. And then what you find is the whole game feels easier. It's difficult when there's people using devices to cheat then, because those gunfights that you're in the right position for, there's more chance you'll lose, but that's why it's good to cover each other off like chess. So there you go, already pushing through. Okay, so another thing here is it's great you go in here, but you've sort of got yourself in a position where you were pushing through chasing someone and you've sort of turned around, so there's still someone this side and there's people pushing from the other side, so you've got yourself into a bit of a trap here. So you can see the dot is in the room next to you, you've got someone up a plane and you've got someone in right near the restock. Now you've got blues behind you, which is probably good, so they'll probably be able to give you support, but you need to be careful because like literally 10 seconds ago you was in a great position and now you need to fight your way out of this one. So you can see there that the guy that was just behind you has got killed. So the dot of the enemy is now gone, but he's still there. He's just got some perk on that like disguises him on the map. But as you can see a skull there. So it is a good guess that because he's shot that way, the enemy is going to follow that skull and come in behind you there. So you'd need to, at this point, go, oh my god, I need to turn around because there's probably going to be someone coming. So right now, you've got one that knows you're here because you've been firing, and there's three behind you. The only way I can explain it using the minimap is if you was driving a car, you have to glance, you know, the speedometer, the fuel gauge and stuff. That's all it is. It's like just a habit. But like, you need to look at it at the right time, obviously, because if you spend the whole map looking at it, people are just going to shoot you because you're not watching the screen either. So it's like driving where you've got to watch the road, but at the same time, you've got to check your speed, fuel, exit. It's exactly the same thing. So it's just this habit, and when you learn how to read it, it'll make the game easier. So you can see now they've actually completely flipped us, so we're at the other side of the map. The only good thing here is that, like, if you look at the mini map again, there's you and three others. So as a team, there's still a good chunk of us that are all together, so you can push again as a group. What you don't want to do is end up spawning, being on your own, and trying to take on battles on your own, because that's the games where you'll get loads of deaths, and you'll get really frustrated saying that the game's impossible because you're just pretty much taking on a whole team on your own constantly because of where you're dying and respawning, and that really makes the game feel super, super tough. Sometimes have a look at the map. If there's no one around you, just wait for other people to die or get in a position here to try and cover off people coming. If you just keep charging in on your own, you're going to keep getting killed and going, this game's ridiculous and it's tough. And the problem with that in those games is that that's what happens. You be trying to stay in the game, then you get frustrated, and then you're charging in and going, this is ridiculous. So it's like this cycle of frustration that takes over, and then it becomes difficult. Sometimes it's much better just to slow down, take five, slow the pace of the game, try and just shoulder someone. So at least there's two. Like if you're taking on a gunfight, it's 2 versus 1 or 2 versus 2, rather than you go and take on an entire team. And plus, by doing that, it's very hard to get map control or hold the side of spawns because they'll just keep flipping, because as you die you'll go to the other side, and then they're probably going to push because they've got so much map control, and it'll flip, and before you know it, it becomes very, very hard. This is good. Let's just pre-aim in again. Okay, so someone's used a harp now, so not only can you see the enemies, you can see which direction they're going. So when you hear harp, it's the best time to keep an eye on the mini-map. It literally shows you everybody and the direction they're heading in, so you can even predict their movement much, much easier. So you can see the pink arrow on the plane. He's gone from back steps and he's moving inwards. So stuff like that becomes it's so much easier to get in position or flank or give yourself an advantage. And again, I don't know if you're hearing it, but like, listen for footsteps in this game are such a giveaway if people are not using Ninja. Like, I know someone's nearby now. It could be the blue arrow that's just to your left, but it also could be an enemy. No, not particularly sure exactly how he's been able to shoot you there, but he would have known you there because the first grenade that landed would have put you on the map. So I can't see him, so I don't know how much of his body, your body, he could see, but that's what's happened there, and he's just come from backplane. Let's go pre-aim. Again now, see this? Keep pre-aim on, so if you aim there, you're going to be above his head, and you're going to have to try and snap on, but if you've got your pre-aim ready... Just stayed out a bit too long there. So again, you've just got killed by a guy sniping there, and you're kind of hanging yourself over the same lane. And he's still there. Ooh, he's unlucky there. So you just literally, there's two guys there to your left, both sniping. There you go. So if you hadn't pushed and just slowed down there and had your pre-aim on that corner, you'd have probably got 2 kills there. Just nice movement. Get your gun up there, get your gun up ready. So if you stand on there, you may as well be like this. Like say, if you waggle left and right, you'll get in-game snap. See, if you were ready there, you'd have got that kill, no bother. That's what we're talking about. That's how small it is now. Those things will make a difference. Oh, caught the button. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. So even here, you know, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all blue arrows. At this side, all pointing the same way. You know that they're going to be coming the other way. Like we've got kind of the things covered there. So you can pretty much predict, if you look to the mini-map now, that you're going to be coming from ahead unless somebody's managed to flank under plane or something. So when I'd just be cautious when you'd be going plane, because the plane would be a common area that people would be coming through. It'd be busy in terms of being a midpoint on the map. Aim up.
We are the shield and sword of the party. Gut gemacht.
Situation diffused. We're in the clear.
Yeah, so there's a lot of small stuff in there, like there's a lot to take in as well, and a lot of that stuff is easy when you're watching it back and not actually in the moment of stuff, but that's the kind of stuff that you can use to your advantage to work out where everyone is on the map. So yeah, hopefully that explains some of the stuff I was trying to say earlier too.